Hi, y'all. I'm Allison. The big day is here. It's my first day of school at Orilium Academy. You know, the Magical Readathon, where I will be following a time blocking schedule and have exam dates, which shortens the amount of time that I have to read my, let's see, I think it's 10 books. And today we get to kick it all off. Now, you may have noticed I said my first day at Orilium because, of course, school is already in session and I am running true to form, staying on brand. I am behind schedule. I did not make it to that first day of class, but Nosilla did. She is, in fact, living in the dorms at Orilium. She's got her roommate, Lindley. And this morning when she got up, she noticed this strange light coming underneath the door from out in the hallway. So Nosilla, obviously, naturally, immediately went to investigate to see what was going on with Fenris at her heels. And when she opened her dorm room door, she saw the beautiful purple, bluish, swirling vortex of a light, and it drew her in. Just as she stepped through, Lindley noticed what was going on, shot up in bed, and screamed out, "Nosilla, no!" But it was too late. Nosilla and Fenris had already stepped into the light, and there was no turning back. After experiencing this whirlwind of light and sound, all of a sudden, everything went quiet and still. The lights blinked for a little bit, and Nosilla noticed she was safe. She was standing in the hallway right outside her dorm room door. But it was closed, which struck her as a little odd, because considering the level of concern in Lindley's voice when she was screaming out, she finds it a little hard to manage that Lindley would have closed the door and just gone back to sleep. But before she could really question anything, she noticed this little piece of paper floating down from the ceiling. It lands at her feet, and she immediately recognizes it as a page from a desktop calendar. But it doesn't have September 11th on it, which is today's current date. Oh, no, it's got a different day. And she realizes she has gone through a time portal. So we need to find out when Nosilla landed. And to do that, of course, we're going to play a little randomizing game. And this unorthodox start to Orilium is because, as I mentioned, it's September 11th, y'all. It's Wednesday. And if you remember my schedule, if you saw the Bell schedule video, then you know Wednesday is my day off. I'm not supposed to have any school today. Well, the universe has been toying with me nonstop. It never let up. And I was not able to even start the readathon. Nothing has happened at this point. And if I'm going to have any shot at maybe reading any of these books, attending any classes, I figured I needed to get a little creative. And the fact that I have Wednesdays off, I thought it might be fun to leave it up to fate. And what we're going to do is we're going to draw a number here in a second and find out what day Nosilla is transported back to. And those will be the classes that I'm going to do today, because I'm recouping today. Like I said, the universe has been messing with me. I will fill y'all in on that after we find out when my class is going to be, because I'm running out of warning already. And I don't have time to give you all the dirt right now. But the universe needs a new hobby. That's all I'm going to say, because it needs to stop messing with me. But let's set things up and find out what day Nosilla has walked into. So how this works, here's our little calendar, and here's all the days I missed. I pulled cards from Skipbo. So we've got a Monday and Tuesday from last week, as well as Thursday and Friday, and then we have Monday and Tuesday of this week. You know, she may have gone forward into the future, so Thursday and Friday from this week is on here. So these are the first 2 weeks of school. Skipbo deck, there is no 13, so the wild card will represent Friday the 13th. So I'm going to just kind of shuffle these out. Have everything as random as it can be. I'll put these on the shelf, and then I'm going to draw a rock 1 to 8. Whichever one comes up, that is the schedule I will be following for today. They are 1 through 8. Left to right, normal. So whichever number I get determines what classes I follow. 3. So the 3rd of September was, I had to go closer to look, Tuesday. Oh, no, wait. No, I want the third slot. Oh my God, I'm already scattered and the day's only started. 1, 2, 3. So we've got the 12th. I hope this isn't a Friday because I think Empling is on there. Okay, so this is Thursday. So we're following Thursday's schedule, and I have astronomy and study hall this morning. And I don't know. I haven't printed my bookmarks yet. It's just crazy over here. Okay, astronomy. Let me find out what class that is. Does anybody remember? I'm excited. Look, as good as dead. If this isn't the perfect way to start this off and escape from everything that's been going on lately and just get lost in a new world where, you know, somebody else is having troubles. I don't know what it is. I am super excited for this. But, of course, it's not going to be as simple as that. Because once Nosilla figured out what was going on, oh, we went into the future. She lost even more time. So, she figured out, she jumped a day into the future, ran back into her room, said hi to Lindley, and Lindley's like, oh, hi. Because, you know, future Lindley didn't know anything, but that doesn't matter. She did discover there was a fake deck. I mean, a fake card. So we need the fake deck. Have I mentioned I'm not prepared? Oops. Yeah, it's been crazy. My bathroom's done. Like I said, I'll fill you in. I'm looking. Oh, my little. I love these boxes. They're. It's not wise to open them vertically. And I just remembered they are in the special box, the smaller one. I found them. Okay. I'm telling you, I'm surprised they didn't give me a Monday because I've been just Groundhog Day and Mondays. Okay, let's shuffle this thing up. I haven't added any new cards. I was going to add some new stuff to Orilium this semester, but things have been so crazy. So we'll just have new stuff to look forward to next spring. If I can remember everything. I don't know. We're just here for the ride, right? Lots of chaos. I hope that's what you're hoping for today, because I'm feeling you're going to get chaos. Okay, let's find out what our fate is for today, which is tomorrow, which is Thursday. Okay, ready? Win first place in a raffle. Buy a book from Wishlist. That's cool. And I have birthday money that I haven't used, so I will figure that out later. Unfortunately, it doesn't help me with any time, but I'm okay with that because it also didn't take away any time. And speaking of time, I am late. It is already, 10:52. So I'm not going to get to go to study hall today because, as you can see, I've got 2 hours of morning classes and I've got 1 hour and 8 minutes to do that. Too bad I can't harness that little time portal in like slow down time. That would be incredible. But yeah, so far I haven't been able to figure that one out. I've been working on that for years. No luck. So I am going to attend astronomy class and read this for an hour. Kick off Orilium, and I am so excited to finally be reading again and doing these videos. This is gonna be so fun. I need this so bad. All right, I will be back after this class, and that's when I'll fill you in on everything else that happened. So we'll have more time this afternoon. In fact, I'm kind of bummed there's not much going on tonight. That sucks. Okay, then I'll fill you in tonight. Yeah. Okay. I gotta run to class. I'm gonna be late. I'll see y'all on the flip side. Bye. I did it. I made it to class. I went for the whole hour. It was so good. This is the third in the trilogy. I think this is the finale. Third in the trilogy. Kind of makes sense that it would be the finale. Yeah, my brain's fully here. It's starting out so good, and I left at a cliffhanger, but class ended, so I had to close it. This one's got a much darker tone than the previous ones. But it makes sense if as she progresses, life is getting a little bit more challenging for her, as I can relate to. So let's look at our calendar and see what I've got this afternoon. It looks like Shapeshifting is coming up, and I get 2 full hours in that class where I will be learning how to turn into an inanimate object. The way things are going, that might actually be a handy skill to have. I just hope that they tell us how to choose what to turn into, because I could see myself picking something and then I end up getting recycled or something, because that's just the way my life's going. So I hope they tell us how to wisely choose. Maybe a bookmark. That would be a good thing to turn into. Then it could, I could just be nestled inside a book and just cozy and warm all day. Anyway, off on that wild tangent, I will be reading a Somerset Abbey, and this is historical fiction set in 1913 in London. That's the year my grandmother was born. Wow. Okay, so I'm looking forward to this. I'm going to have 2 full hours, which I expect to make a ton of progress. But who knows? It is already like 1:20 or something like that. And I have to pick up my son from work today around 5:30, and I've got 3 hours of class this afternoon. So it might actually be coming down to the wire yet again. But I still have hope. I'm going to be optimistic, go to my next class, and I will check in with y'all after I do that. And I will be sure to update you on everything before the day finishes out, including why I'm picking up my son from work, because that's a big thing that happened to us. All right, I will see you on the flip side of Shapeshifting. Okay, I'm back. It's been another day. Okay, first, let's just back up. I did go to, what class was it? Astronomy. I went to astronomy and started As Good as Dead. So good. And you know what? Now that I think about it, I think I already mentioned it. The book was darker than I expected. We already moved on. I went to my other class, which was a Shapeshifting. I had 2 hours with this one. That's where I left off. So I am kind of on the fence with this one. I haven't been too impressed. I did make a lot of progress in 2 hours, which is good. I think I'm like 138 pages into it, so yay. Obviously a very quick, easy read, which is kind of what I was expecting. It seems almost too predictable. The foreshadowing seems very obvious at the very beginning, so I'm kind of like, I know what's going to happen, and I'm just waiting for it. Although, I'd say the past maybe 40 pages or so, it started to pick up a little bit more, where there was more dialogue and interaction between the characters. So I'm on the fence about it. We'll see how it turns out. Let me see. I also had one more afternoon class. I was supposed to go back to As Good as Dead. I didn't make it. Couldn't even manage to get 2 classes this afternoon. But, it's just, I'm to the point where I'm impressed I even made it to 1. I do have 1 hour with this tonight, because it is now like 9:30 at night. So I have high hopes that I can get another hour in. It would have been great to have 3 hours with this today, but I'm just going to take what I can get. Take what I can get. Oh my God, y'all. It's been... Okay, let me see if I can recap everything. It's sad to say that the odds are pretty good that I'm going to forget something that's happened. So, since I put out the Riley Sager video, which was, I think August 28th or so, while I was editing that one, I got a phone call from my son that he had gotten into a wreck while driving my mother's car. So, needless to say, I stopped editing, ran out the door, and went up there. He was maybe a few miles up the road. He was on his way home from work. The cars were pretty banged up, but nobody was hurt. So it's okay, nobody, my mom took it in stride. We obviously were more concerned about how everybody was doing. Yeah, that's why we have insurance, and accidents are going to happen. So that, of course, added another layer of things that needed to be handled. There's a cat in my front yard, so Lily is going to lose her mind for a little bit. So, yeah, she's just growling at the universe on my behalf. So, anyway, that brings us up to, Orilium, that kind of obviously delayed me when I was setting up my TBR and doing the schedule and the exams and all that stuff, but I managed to get all that. So when school started, let's pull up our calendar here and take a look at September. I thought I was going to have at least Monday, September 2nd, to really go to all of my classes and, hit the ground running with Orilium, because the construction on the bathroom was due to start on the second day of school, which was Tuesday the 3rd. Well, Monday I was busy with getting everything ready. It took much longer to get the bathroom all cleared out than I expected it to. And something else happened that day. I don't even remember off the top of my head what it was. Or something. Some other catastrophe happened. And then Tuesday, of course, construction and everything started. I was taking the animals to the vet. I had to be there at like 7:30 in the morning. I took Lily, would drop her off in the morning, pick her up at 5 o'clock. The cats, we took Finley and Jack, and they just stayed there for the week, because trying to get cats into carriers every morning, no, I didn't have going on. And of course, you add the fact that we were down a car, so now I was also picking up my son. So I felt like half of my day going back and forth, picking everybody up, dropping everybody off. We had the construction obviously going on. During demo, there was no way I was going to be able to read or film. So I just chalked Tuesday up to forget about it. Wednesday, again, it was another loud construction day, and that was the day that we took my mom's car into the collision center to be fixed. And of course, I took it back to the dealership, which was close to the highway. It's only about 6 miles, but you add traffic, which has been insane lately. It took us about 20 minutes to get there, and I get there and I was like, oh no. And of course we're running late. And I look and I call them. Turns out I was supposed to be at their collision center, which was literally 1 mile from my house. And of course, this was first thing in the morning. So yeah, we had to double back. But we got the car dropped off. That's all taken care of. In fact, I got a update today. We're expected to get the car back like October 2nd. Again, we don't need it. We're just making do. It's okay. So we dealt with that. Something else really off the wall. Oh, Wednesday also, while they were doing all that, the construction in the bathroom and everything, after the guys left, that night we had no hot water. So of course that overtook my brain, because, you don't have hot water. It became kind of, I fixated on that. So that wasn't resolved until, I think it was like Thursday afternoon. I got that all figured out. It was just air in the line from the water heater or something like that. It was a quick, easy fix. But again, another thing that derailed me. So even though the construction wasn't as loud that day and there was a chance I could have read, I was just so scatterbrained. And I had to take my mom to her doctor's appointments and allergy shots, and pick up Lily and take her to the vet, and also, my son back and forth from work. So needless to say, I skipped school on Thursday. Friday, I had high hopes. But Friday morning, my mom comes up and I noticed she's got like this little red spot here, and her eye was starting to swell too. She got poison ivy. Just like, are you kidding me? She has had it before, so I recognized it right away. This is the third time, the poor thing. So I rushed to Kroger to get the calamine lotion because I didn't have any on hand. And I was like, you know what, this is the weekend, basically. So I called our dermatologist. Turns out they're not open on Fridays. So then I called her family doctor, the general practitioner, And since she's had it before, they were able to call in medicine over the phone because they couldn't work her in. They were too booked that day. So then, waiting for the doctors to call back and trying to help her out using, ice and the calamine. And then we ended up picking up her prescription at 3:30 at Costco. 3:30 on a Friday at Costco. I'm sure you can picture that. So, good thing is we got her on the steroids and it started clearing up within, I think, 48 hours. And my mom, the dermatologist, told us that some people are just so susceptible, they can walk by it and get it. So, yeah, of course. And, poor thing, I felt so bad for her. But so that took us through the week. And I did not do school. It was just like, no way is that going to happen. Then Monday, I don't even remember. Something else came up on Monday. So it didn't happen. And yesterday, they finished all the construction. And I went and picked up all the animals because I boarded the cats again. And Lily was home. And I got my son. And by then, I was just too tired and excited about the bathroom being done. Which brings us to today. I finally was like, okay, I'm going to recoup some of it. We'll do the random thing, which I love that. That was so fun to do. But, oh my God, y'all, the universe, it's just... My son got home from work, took a shower. Everything was great. Loving it. And we moved the shower head up so it's tall for him. And just really thrilled with everything. And then maybe about 30 minutes later, my daughter goes to take a bath. I'm outside reading my book for my astronomy class. My mom comes out there and says, there's water leaking in the kitchen. I was like, you're kidding me. So I run into the house. Sure enough, the fluorescent light, there's just like this waterfall coming. My daughter was taking a bath and I think it was the overflow. So I ran and grabbed the trash can, put it underneath there. Was going, oh my God, went upstairs to see and confirmed she was in the tub. And I was like, well, get out. Poor thing was in there for like 2 minutes. And so I called my contractor and I was like, it's raining in my kitchen. So he's coming tomorrow. It's obviously something with the overflow, but I just feel like we can't catch a break. It's just, I better be racking up so much good karma that it should be off the charts by now because this is ridiculous. Again, I'm confident it will be fixed. Mistakes happen and everything. I really wish it hadn't rained in my kitchen yet again. Because, that's, we've had that problem with our old bathtub. That's what caused the tiles to eventually fall out. Turns out the builders had skipped a step with something. And anyway, it's just, your girl needs a break. So... yeah, because I better be racking up the karma. So it is now like 9:30 at night. I haven't had any dinner. So I think I'm going to go make a quick something to eat. And I'm going to attempt to go back to astronomy and read As Good as Dead. Although that book is much darker than I mentioned earlier. As I mentioned earlier. It's darker than I was anticipating than the other two books, which makes sense. The girl's been through a lot too. Much worse than what I'm going through. So it makes sense for the tone of the book to be darker, but it's not quite the relaxing escape that I desperately need right now. So anyway, that's where we stand. I will either come back in tonight, let you know if I made it to that last class, or I will let you know in the morning. I don't know if this will be a 2-day video or what. I have no clue. So anyway, say a prayer for me, sacrifice a chicken, do something because I need some help. Throw me a lifeboat, life raft, yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna go to class after I get some food. Bye. So it's 12:30 and I went to my evening class, astronomy. I was really tempted to skip it, but I decided, I can read for an hour, right? And it's so good. It's so dark and sinister. Even during the first class earlier today, I could already feel the tension, and it's just sinister. Yeah, it's kind of on the subtle side, but there's just this impending doom. It's I'm really enjoying it, and a little off kilter by it. I feel for Pip. So anyway, if you've read this, let me know, and I want to know what you think about it, because it is such a departure from the other two, at least from what I remember, especially the first book. The second one is kind of leaning more towards this way, but yeah, really, really good. And I want to find out what's going to happen, and at the same time, I'm a little nervous to find out what's going to happen, because I know it's not going to be good at all. I mean, well written, but you know what I mean. Good for the characters. All right, so it only took me till September 11th, but I did. I completed my first day of Orilium. It's just crazy around here. And considering that, I think what we're going to do is call this one a wrap. We'll wrap up today, and hopefully I will get to go to all of my classes tomorrow, in between dealing with the new plumbing issues that we've got. Hopefully that won't be too bad, but cross your fingers for me and keep your eye out for the next edition of this. We'll see if I can make it to my classes again or not, and how many days will come out in the next vid. I have no clue. We're just flying by the seat of our pants over here. All right, y'all have a great one, and I hope to see you in the next video.